Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Friday morning trading room. Just a moment, we'll get the screen share going on. All right, let's see what we got going on here today. Just a little bit of an overview, taking a look here at the daily chart. Yesterday, a little bit of a bearish day, if we will. We got quite a wick on that. And remember, since our breakout, we've kind of been looking for a little bit of a pullback. So this very much perhaps the beginning of a pullback phase. Volume up on a small bar. So lots of contracts being traded. And the market not really going anywhere. So it seems as though traders are loading up for a move. And you know what? On that note, we do have our first in-sync eagle signal. Now, you know, a lot of times I won't take these early signals, but today I think I will, and I'm going to favor the short. I'm going to use this bar right here as my second push bar. And the second push, all I mean by that is I allow the signal to engage, I see where the market reacts, and then I use that bar as my entry price rather than the hash mark. And I'm looking now for some early morning Friday momentum. Oh, we got another follow-up signal there. As I anticipate the market may be ready to tail off. Now, you can see here from the overnight, well, actually, the London session opening right around here, the market very, very sideways. So not much trend-wise that way. If we can get below the overnight lows, there's a pretty good chance we'll get a few sellers interested. Aspen's asking, are we having a session on Monday? Monday, of course, Veterans Day. I've got a Skype into Ray. He hasn't responded just yet. So I don't know. I would probably say yes. You guys in the States, what do you do with your Veterans Day? Do you normally, are the banks, well, banks will be closed. Banks will be closed any chance they get, but do you guys normally trade Veterans Day? In the past, I haven't. I just find that holidays, you know, it's tough enough trading, but holidays, a lot of times the markets are a little bit thin. So I didn't really answer your question, Aspen, but I would say probably. But of course, if the room isn't open 5 minutes after the market opens, then there's probably a good chance that Ray's not going to show. Okay, back now to the hard edge, kind of getting our little retest scenario going on. My early momentum not being there just yet. So here's the breakout. This now the retest. You could throw your just in case order to buy up there. In fact, oh no, I don't have 2 bars against yet. I'm looking for 2 bars lower before I get too excited about covering that trade. So why is it every time I try the first in sync eagle signal, it doesn't work for me? I can go through the charts, I can show you the first in sync eagle signal, and it will work nearly every time except those times that I take it. What's with that? Oh well. All right, so they tagged me early. Stinkers. And well, the trading band flipping over, so we're bullish now. Got a first micro macro cross here in the hawk. Nice trend change signal in the falcon. Working a number one signal here on the raptor. I'm going to hold off here for a minute or two until I see a little bit more in the way of a trend, if in fact we're going to get a trend today. Yeah, Aspen says the first 15 minutes are volatile, and they certainly are. As many of you know, that quarter to the hour mark, that tends to be my least favorite time of the day to trade. The market very often giving me some sort of head fake signal. That's a fairly good bullish push. Obviously, I wasn't the only trader that got trapped out of that short as the market picked up a little bit of pace above these highs. Anthony says he's going to short 23.26. I think you mean 23 and a quarter, but as the market heads lower, we're going to get back into that hard edge where very oftentimes there is a reaction. If you incorporate the overnight, I guess you could call this your sideways trading range. Problem with sideways trading ranges, well, besides the fact that the market goes sideways, is that there tends to be selling up there in the top quarter of the market, top third. And of course, there's buying down here. This is why very often, well, a good trading friend of mine used to say, never trust a breakout. And that's why. Because the big traders will be waiting for you to trade this breakout of the low, and then they jump on your order and boom, take you to the woodshed. All right. Toughest part of trading ranges is just to wait the market out. Wait for a range to establish or a trend. Wait for that breakout. Wait for that retest. Anthony, I love your optimism here. He says we're in a strong sell-off now. Well, maybe. We'll see. I'm more of a reactionary trader rather than a predictive trader. I tend to try to see, are the buyers stronger or are the sellers stronger? And then I just try to trade accordingly. Right now, seeing how we've practically rallied off of the opening buzzer, it would appear as though the buyers have the upper hand at the moment. In fact, if we weren't so darn close to the overnight highs, I'd probably consider picking up one of these discretionary signals, these follow-up signals. But given that we are so close to the overnight highs, I think it's probably advisable to wait for a little bit of a pullback, maybe back, well, certainly back to the hard edge, which is currently around 82.20. That should offer a fairly decent buying opportunity, if in fact the buyers continue to rally today. Okay, I'm going to call it an uptrend today. That'll be a good way to make the market come down. Like I said, we're good 15 minutes in. The market's been rallying pretty much for 15 minutes. The market doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot for 15 minutes at a stretch. So that's a pretty good sign that the buyers have got a grip on the marketplace. And it looks as though maybe we're getting a little bit of a top, kind of holding these highs. Anthony is asking, Eric, do you trade a range chart or just a tick chart? Well, this is a range chart. These are the mean Renko bars. So it's, in that sense, they have more in common with range bars than they do with tick bars. Oh, I guess they're kind of a hybrid of the two. Okay, we're putting on the brakes here for just a moment. Oh no, Aspen got left hanging, writes, wish the market knew my target, and I got missed out by one tick. Anthony's asking about the brick sizes. Well, I'm going with the defaults pretty much across the board. So that means that here on the Hawk Scalper, I've got a 6-tick brick. On the Falcon and the Raptor, both 8 ticks, and then a 12-tick brick here on the Eagle. But they're going like a shot here this morning. In fact, you could even draw a little bull trend line like that, kind of a mini trend. Watch for any breakouts, not for shorting opportunities, but rather as cues that the buyers may step up again. Yeah, well, we're still on hold. All that bullish momentum. Okay, there's now the trend line test. The bears have got a lot of work to do if they're going to send this market lower. All right, well, here's the test. Isn't trading fun? You could put a just-in-case order to buy above the high. That's a perfectly valid trade. We've got a couple of bars against. We've got a trend line test. If the buyers are going to recover the market, they've got to do it at this point. Problem is stop placement is going to be a little bit tricky. No, not yet. Okay, well, time to cancel that order. Obviously, there's a report due out here at the top of the hour. And now we're all the way back to the hard edge, and it's starting to look as though the sellers are making a comeback. Well, we've recovered all the way to the lows of the morning. Look at that. All right, well, whatever momentum the buyers had, it looks as though they all got flushed right out. Huh. Oh, we got a fair amount of volatility going on. Oh, way to go, Anthony. Anthony says his target got hit. Nicely done. Now we're here back to the open again. Wow. Okay, so this is our our breakout, so it's a long ways away, but you could put your just in case order to short down here. We've got a couple of bars counter. You could put your just in case order to buy up here. Covering this trade is going to be really fun. So I'll throw in a couple profit targets while I'm waiting.
Order submitted.
Getting a little bit of a hard edge bounce. There is an opportunity actually here off this green bar sell, looking for a test of the extreme. Yeah, we're going to get a trend change signal at the same time on the Falcon. We should get a number one signal here on the Raptor as well. But you can see that's a rather large range overall. Well, there's the number one signal. Sure, why don't we use the number one signal? We'll get in here a little bit earlier. So I'm going to use the second push opportunity there on the number one signal, look to take the market back down here to its profit objective. Oh, we're back to the hard edge, but no follow through right now. All right, there we go. We're gonna see what the bulls got, how hard they can push back. We got, as you can see, a number one signal. Come on. There's these flashes of momentum and then nothing. Here's the daily chart. We're kind of holding, or have been holding, on yesterday's lows. If we take out the lows, that's maybe enough to, initiate a little bit more of a top. Oh, wow. Lack of momentum is just bizarre. Well, if they don't get a move on here, This is probably where we're at right now, is probably very close to a 50% retracement of this move lower that we just saw. Where'd everybody go? Oh, thanks, Ray. Ray says fair price is 82.15 half. Well, that's kind of where we're sitting right now. This now the first attempt by the sellers to move the market back lower. And if that fails, then the market will go higher. Well, we might close up shop here at the bottom of the hour. It doesn't look like there's going to be a whole heck of a lot else going on today. Like I said, we got to wait out this pullback and see whether the market can take out the highs. If it can take out the highs, that'd be a good time to start rolling stops up. There we go. Actually, okay, good. I was going to say, given the lack of momentum here this morning, I think I'm going to start rolling stops below anything with a tail to it. But we got a last little hiccup there as the sellers kind of got pushed out of the way. Okay, a little bit of a pushback again. I guess that kind of seems to be the theme here today. The market runs and then stops and changes direction. All right. I still haven't heard from Ray, so I can't say whether the room will be opened on Monday. I'm going to say yes, but it is a holiday, and as such, trading could be a little dodgy, a little on the thin side. All right, gang, doesn't look like there's going to be a whole heck of a lot going on here. So we're going to close things up. If you are going to continue to trade, I would certainly be open to another move lower, possibly a number 2 signal here on the Raptor. And that is because of the very strong move that we saw here at the top of the hour. So it seems like every half hour they're changing directions. The first half hour they went up, the next half hour they went down, this half hour they went up. Yeah, Phil, you got it. Heading to the golf course. All right, have yourselves a wonderful weekend and have fun with Ray next week. I'll talk to you the week after. See you then. Bye for now.